Hi everyone. Okay, as you can see from the headphones, I'm listening to music again. I made this video, I tried making it so many goddamn times, and then I sat down and I was happy with the last take I did, and I was thinking, well, I wasn't happy with it. I was thinking, I can do better. I'm not getting across what I want. How do I get across what I want? How do I change the same things we've been saying? How do I do it differently? How do I do it differently from everyone else? How do I put it in terms that are satisfactory? If you must know what I'm talking about, you need to see a video I did earlier on the subject. I think it's the one immediately before this one. That, if you watch that one, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. TJ, you are Socrates. You have been put on trial because you've defamed the gods. The gods being, of course, economy. The gods being the free market economy, the anarcho capitalist economy, the libertarian god. Every god, even ones that you might have stood for once, are being put... You've been defaming them and you must be put on trial. And like Socrates, you make sense, but you aren't going to win this trial. And you're not the first... This isn't your first time to this court. I've seen Thunderfoot come here. I've seen you come here before. Doran playing the prosecutor. And the crowd, our Greek crowd in our community, in that it is only democratic. They're not taking your side on this one. If you want to know why, I'll link this video to God Shiva's video. That's all you need to know. Do you want to live in a world where you have to pay a toll to get to where you want to go to work? And you need to work, because everyone needs to work, you need to get the money. But your salary's low. Your salary's low because, well, you don't have a union to bargain with. And you're not particularly skilled, so you're not unique. And even if you were skilled, you're not the only person who's gone through college. We don't need you that much. And you live in a home that's owned by your company. And if you show up late to work, well, maybe your home's going to disappear too. There's no regulations on what this bank can do with your home. They can leverage it, and then say if you live in a poor district of town and if something bad happens to your home, well, they'll make quite a bit of money off of leveraging your home, but you're kind of without a home. So your tragedy is their gain. We imagine a world where you can't take your kid out to a park because there is no park. Because, well, there is a park, but you gotta pay to get into it. You know, we're not running a charity here. You live in a world where you have to pay health insurance. Hey, if you can afford it, it's great. And if you can't, well, it's not that bad, right? Well, you don't get paid a lot, and everything has to come out of pocket. And unfortunately, we don't really have a system of lawyers to back you up, because, well, you're not really important. So if something wants to sue you, well, you're fucked. And, since there's so many banks that regulate, or not really regulate, but they kind of run the show when it comes to it, they have a lot of capital. If they really wanted something, they could probably take it away from you. If they wanted to turn your neighborhood into a skyscraper circuit, well, they could do it. And if they wanted to find a loophole with the law, well, they'd probably have so much sway that they'd make the law. If there wasn't any law, well, they wouldn't even have to do that. They could just force you off your land. Now, would they do that? Well, they don't really have to care. Because, you see, Shareholders don't necessarily need to tie their loyalty to any one corporation. Are you going to stop buying at Walmart just because AIG threw you off your land? You need to shop at Walmart. Do you want to live in a world where your kids have to go to school to make any real money in life, but school's expensive, so they work their asses off to get it? And unfortunately, well, your degrees are worthless. We would have told you, but you didn't read the fine print, and you should really take the time to read the fine print. I don't care if you didn't have any other options. That was your mistake. You know, we're not running charities here. You have to look out for yourself. And if that means you and your family have to fight an entire society of people driven on making money off of your loss, well, if you can't do that, I'm afraid you're shit out of luck. Do you like trees? Well, if someone else can make money off of them, I doubt they'll be around long. You like that conservation area, right? Well, there's no environmental consultations anymore. There's no such thing as sovereignty, because there's no government. So, if they wanted it, they could take it. So, is that really the kind of world you want to live in? Where you'd pay for protection, but, well, you don't have a public police force. And if you do, they probably don't care about you, unless you're an investor. Do you want to live in a world where there is no middle class? There's the people who work at Walmart, and then there's the rich people. Oh, sure, it'd be great if you were rich. Wouldn't that be great? Make yourself, right? Become rich by your own hand. That's how they did it, right? Well, they were born into it. And unfortunately for the people that got big degrees, well, you're not really rich neither. You might have a lot of money, but you'll still be the guy that the rich people pay to do their finances. So ultimately, it comes down to it. You're not going to be rich. You're not going to be the next Kobe Bryant. You're not going to be the next famous celebrity. And even if you were, you'd probably just crash in a few weeks anyway and be forgotten. Is that really a good existence? Well, it's an existence that is without regulations, and is without any form of public protection. Do you like America? Do you like the country you live in? Well, unfortunately, that country would cease to exist. Because, you see, constitutions are upheld by government bodies. And if you get rid of the government body, you got rid of your flag. Do you really want to be saluting Walmart? Do you really want to be saluting Goldman Sachs? Would you rather be saluting a country of people who do things for each other because they're a community? If you like the idea of a community, it doesn't matter what kind of things they tell you. You should really be against Anarcho capitalism. You should really be against the utter and uninhibited free market. Because if they want to make money, and you think people are good people, well, you're not their people. And no matter how much you want to think you are, they're never going to accept you like that. You might as well take comfort in the people you have around you in your local community. Because they care about you. They care if bad things happen to you. So don't ignore them. And don't hate on the government just because a few tiny mistakes have been made. Because when the chips are down, those are the people who are supposed to care about you. Corporations don't have to give a shit.